Rachel here from Beads by Verchiel, bringing you this week's live tutorial on doing some basic chainmail. So as always, whether you're with me live, whether you're joining me on the replay, do give me a thumbs up and do pop me a note in the comments so I know you are present with me. It's a very simple chainmail project where we're working with larger and smaller jump rings to connect them, and I thought at the same time that I would show you how to do some earrings as well. Let me show you some of the little mini bundles. So in the gold kit I've got the Terra Magenta. It's called Lilac, but that's not lilac, is it? That's purple. Some large jump rings, small jump rings, a pair of earrings and 2 clasps. Now there are enough jump rings in these packs to actually make 2 bracelets. Hopefully you should have some left over for your earrings as well. Those are size 6 seed beads in those because the jump rings were a bit thicker. Those are £3.85 I think it is for the bundle. So it doesn't come with any instructions like before. It's just having something at hand where you can order it and you can do it alongside. Now the silver one, we have bright blue, we have sea green, and we've got the jump rings and the earrings. You can really work with any combination, providing the small jump rings don't allow the seed beads to come under them, because the jump rings you kind of want them to lock into place. All you need for these, flat nose pliers or parallel pliers and chain nose pliers, or if you prefer 2 chain nose pliers, 2 flat nose pliers, whatever works for you, or bent nose pliers, which I quite like to work with. So you'd adjust the length to fit accordingly, but I think this effect is so pretty. And the other thing you could do with this as well is you could actually make your own chain links, couldn't you? So you could make your own chain links, and then you could pop a clasp at the back, because obviously unless it's a choker, unless you're one for chokers, the younger ones like chokers, nice Christmas present. But if you want it straight, you can have 2 straight lengths, have them meet in the middle, and then have a pendant dangling from it. Now I'm working with the larger gold jump rings. I think these are 10mm and they are 1mm thick. The small ones, I'm pretty sure the inner diameter is 5 and they're only 0.8mm thick. The jump rings are open jump rings, which means they have a slit in them. If they're closed jump rings or they're soldered, it means there's no join in them to open. So these are open jump rings. So you want the slit pointing at 12 o'clock. With your flat nose pliers, cover an area sufficient enough to give you a good clamp on there. With your chain nose pliers, open that up so that you've got a gap. Right, so we're going to pop these on there. Obviously you can put on fewer amounts if you want to. Then I'm going to close up. So to close up, I bring it back, overcompensate and bring it back again. And if you need to, you can squeeze that. Now I would do 2 first of all, at 12 o'clock, pop on the 3 jump rings or however many. So the ones I'm working with, they're size 6 and they're the magenta. I have to think then. Okay, so we've got 2, so you want one going this way, one going that way. So we're going to open the smaller one, and you don't really need to worry too much at this stage as to where the jump rings sit. We can rearrange those afterwards. So we're going to close that up, and then I'm going to add a second. It doesn't really matter on the first one because you've got access both sides to swivel the beads around. So open that up. Right, there we go. 2 on there, squeeze that, and then you've got your first 2. It all starts falling into place when you've got the third one and more. So I'm going to pop my 3 beads on there and close that up. You will, on the middle one, need to make sure that the beads are locked in the position that you want them. For example, I want these 3 to sit at the top. So I'm going to position my jump ring there so it locks it in place, and then I'm going to attach the other one. But you don't need to worry about any of the other seed beads other than the one in the middle at the moment. So I'm just going to do a couple more just to give you an idea, and then I'll show you how to finish off. So now you can see that by popping these groups of seed beads at the side, you've locked those 3 beads in place, because these jump rings are small enough to ensure that when you lock them in place, they won't be moving anywhere, those seed beads. So I'm going to add another one. Again, you want to make sure that you position this where you want them before you add the jump ring, the smaller one. You don't even have to add 2 of the smaller ones, you could just add 1, but I think it just creates a little bit more of an accent to it. So can you see that these have locked into place, one at the bottom, one at the top. One more, and then I'll just show you how we finish off. Right, so that one wants to go at the bottom. But let me know in the comments if you're following that okay so far. I do think sometimes, you know, people do like, with regards to buying jewellery, they do like simple designs, and it's very difficult sometimes to get sort of vibrant colours, and I think the vibrant colours combined is really lovely. So here's one that I did earlier, and I'm just going to join those together. Anyway, you would make sure that they alternate between them. It's not very easy putting together pre-made ones. I suppose you could have, it's kind of a happy accident because you could always have 3 that way, 3 that way. But anyway, we're going to carry on. On the last one is pop a ring on there. And then I would finish up the other end with, I did 3 singles on the other, and I'll get up close in a second with that. So you can either double it up right, and then I'll come back to you in a second and I will show you the earring. So there we are. Obviously we've got a bit of a variation here, but that's good because it shows you what alternative designs. So there you go, it's a little bit of a unique design, but isn't that so pretty? You could also have that as a little anklet as well. This is the blue one that I did. So on this side I've just got a single jump ring with the clasp, and I have just done 3 little loops at the bottom. Okay, so as before, I'm actually going to do just 2, one either, so that you've got one either side for this one, because 3 is not going to work. You could even combine gold and silver as well. I must admit, I quite like mixing gold and silver. It's a bit different. So I'm going to make this a 3-tier one, and again, you don't necessarily have to do 2 jump rings in between. 1 would be fine. I don't think the first one really matters where you have the beads, it's just the next one after that. That's 1. Okay, so that's the 1 join. See, again, I think these earrings are super pretty. You could even order some sterling silver earring hooks. I mean, you could still have plated, because most people, it's the allergy within their ears, isn't it? Right, so there you go. You've got your 3 in a row. And then what I would do is just attach the earring hook. Let's pull that down a bit. So I wouldn't pop a jump ring on the top because it's going to be facing the wrong direction. But just open that up slightly. Keep your nail over that little bead so that the bead doesn't fall down, and just return that back. So there you have your pretty little earrings, which I think are super fab. Again, you could have more colours, and there you've got your bracelet as well. That's it for now. Thanks again. It's so lovely having you join me. Take care, all of you. Bye.